A lot of people are worker for the devil, but they don't even know it. It doesn't even mean that those people are bad people that do bad things. In fact, you might even be one of them without knowing. And I'm telling you this because even though I've never been somewhat considering myself as a bad person, there are times I've been worker of the devil. In fact, 98% of all the population has been working for him, and more people are awakening, but still. And when I say the devil doesn't really mean an entity. It's just part of the game. There is good, there is bad, there is light, there is darkness. Similarly, there is the mode of goodness, which is God, all that is for your highest good and the highest good of all. And there is the opposite energy, because for duality to exist, this whole physical manifestation, there has to be opposite. For you to know happiness, you have to know the opposite, which is a lack of joy, what we call as depression, just being low as the time. To get to understand and fully appreciate the beauty of summer, winter does an amazing job for this. And similarly, for you to know God, the opposite of God also exists. And this is what we call as the devil. It is simply an energy balancing everything in the game of earth, but it is for the opposite of your highest good. And people who work for the devil are known as being a drifter. A drifter is someone that, the name says it, you don't really get anywhere in your life. You're just drifting around and you somewhat have some goal. You know that you would like to have maybe more money, maybe a greater body, maybe you want to grow spiritually, or perhaps even deeper. You know that you want to be happy. Whatever it is that you know that you want, you don't really take any action toward it. You just drift around with the flow of life. And you're ready to give your entire life away for a job, for school, anything that doesn't really matter existentially. But when it's time to show up for you, to become your greatest self physically, mentally, energetically, and to realize your goal, to walk toward the path of your vision, whatever it is. If you're not able to do this, you find yourself just procrastinating, watching TV, eating snacks again and again. You're not really getting anywhere. This is what a drifter is. And why is it so bad to be a drifter? It is because you, as the soul, your natural way to be is to be adventurous. You want to experience, you want to expand as much as possible. You're just having a good time, constantly evolving. But when you take on this human incarnation, it's easy to just drift around because the whole matrix, the whole system, the whole society is designed in such a way that you will always feel your energy is drained. It's gone. You just don't have it anymore. You woke up feeling lethargic already. You went to work, and for most people, they don't like their job. Then you go in traffic. Then you get back home and you don't have much energy. You have your things to do and you just feel overwhelmed. You just want to sit down, eat something, watch TV. This is the perfect example of drifting right now in 2025. And there's nothing bad with sometimes sitting, watching TV and eating. I do it. I definitely do it a lot of time in my life. I love it, I'm not gonna lie. But if you just do this, and I know about it because I did it myself. Like I said, I used to have a lot of traits just like a drifter. I've been a drifter, most people have been a drifter. And I remember that even though the series was so awesome, the food tasted very good, it wasn't satisfying at all. I just knew that I was supposed to do something, but instead I was doing something else, which was irrelevant. It wasn't bringing me any growth. And I'm sure that you can connect with what I say. Because pretty much everyone, they have felt it and they are possibly feeling it right now. Who knows, maybe you're the one right now eating something and watching a video. But my point is, If you don't want to be a drifter, if you don't want to be a worker of the devil, you will need on a daily basis to take action toward your goal, whatever they are. And it doesn't mean to become an overachiever, to just be action, action, I am an action person. Not at all. You need a balance of both always. Intense action, or not even intense, but at least fully involved action. And total inaction, as you are still in your body-mind. Just centered in the core, so that you never forget your true identity, which is not the body and the mind, but in the same time you understand that you as a soul came to have an adventure on earth. You came to evolve. Therefore, yes, you can use some time to drift around, just do things that are not productive, but at least on a daily basis, you must make sure to show up in any sorts of way to grow spiritually, get more healthy physically, and mentally to expand your knowledge and to have more and more self-mastery, silence in your mind. If you do this, you're no more a drifter. It doesn't even mean that you need a huge goal to be the greatest millionaire of the world, to be the best soccer player of the world. It doesn't even have to be a big goal, whatever it is. Just have a vision for the future. Because if you do not have a vision for your future, I can assure you that the Matrix has designed an entire future for your life. And guess how it is? Same as the last 5 years. It is for you to constantly remain the same until the day that you die. So that you come back on earth, you did not transcend earth, so you have to come back once again and replay the whole game of life. This is what the Matrix is. They ensure that you will have a rebirth on earth because you never pass the earth class. You never finish the game, the adventure of earth. So to not be a drifter, just start today to at least put 10 to 20 minutes tonight when you come back from work or whenever you can. Use this time to expand in any sorts of way that has a deep meaning into your life. For example, maybe you want to be a great musician and start composing, start playing music. This is something that is beautiful and it can be your goal. If you want to start a business and as soon as you get home, take some time, at least just 10 to 20 minutes to do the researches to find out what is your plan, what kind of business would you put into place. If you want to grow spiritually, use at least 10 to 20 minutes to have a meditation every single day when you come back and as many times as you can. And as you begin to manage your time better, you see that every problem, every success, every failure is mostly all based on one skill. This skill is the one of time management. Everyone say, I lack of time, and they drift around. But those who manage their time in the right way, they don't necessarily have more time that you have, but somehow they get twice much more done, triple, quadruple, even 1,000 times more than you in the same amount of time. How come? Just because they manage time properly. So if you begin to be a good time manager, I can assure you, when you will wake up, the devil will say, oh, not him, not her again. Because you are always one with the energy of God. Not in the sense that God is not connected to you if you are a drifter. God is always with you. God is always the greatest. But what you decide to embody is your freedom. God gave you the freedom to fall as the most abominable creature or to rise to the divine. And what you decide is only up to you. You cannot fake it with your words. You can only embody it with the proper action. So will you be a drifter or the opposite today? Let us know it in the comments. Hare Krishna.